Hi, this is Kara McNall, and I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up! And today I'm going to show you how to make this quick and simple card using the Party Panda stamp set. Now, the Party Panda stamp set is a free stamp set you can earn from the Sale-a-bration event. And Sale-a-bration starts on January 3rd, 2018 and runs until March 31st of 2018. And for every $50 you purchase from Stampin' Up! In my online store, inspiredbygram.com, you can earn this free stamp set. And that's before tax and shipping. So this is a really fun stamp set for kids or adults. It's got happy birthday, love you, and hi for the sentiments. And let's get started making this card. So we'll start with a piece of Emerald Envy card base, and this is cut 5.5 by 8.5, and it is scored at 4 1/4. And we'll just use our bone folder to give a nice crisp fold. Now we're going to bring in the marbled background stamp. It's a pretty big stamp set, or just stamp, and we're going to ink that up with Emerald Envy. And with a big stamp set or a stamp like this, I just like to bring my ink pad to the stamp. Now I just re-inked my stamp pad, so this is going to come out a lot darker than the example I showed. So what we'll do is we'll take the front of the card and lay it down flat onto the stamp, and then we'll just bring in a piece of scrap paper, just so we don't get the ink, transfer the ink onto our hands. And we're just gonna run our fingers across the stamps just to transfer the ink onto the front of the card base. And that should be good for right now, and we'll just carefully take it off. And there you have it. So that's a lot different than the example. You can see where my ink pad really did need to be re-inked, but this looks really nice, a lot darker, so I actually prefer this one. Alright, our next step is to create, we'll do a little bit of stamping with the panda. So we'll need our basic black, and we'll need a piece of Whisper White cardstock, and this is cut 3 by 4, very simple. And we'll ink up the panda with the balloon in basic black. And when you do ink it up, just make sure you double check your ink. And we'll just place it right about here. And since we've got this stamp out, we're also going to stamp the envelope as well. And this is a Whisper White envelope that you can purchase from my online store. They're very nice envelopes, and they stamp really well as well. All right, and we'll set that aside to dry. And next step is to ink up the happy birthday sentiment and make sure it's going the right way with the basic black. And I'm just going to stamp this right about here. And we're done with the basic black for right now. And our next ink color is Emerald Envy. And we're going to create the stars and the fun shapes. And I like to work in 3s. So we'll just put one up here, one down there. And to equal it out, we'll just put one down in the corner here. Okay. And then our next step is to bring in our Emerald Envy marker, and we're just going to color in the balloon here. You could use your watercolor pencils as well, whatever you have. I'm doing a lot of tone on tone with this card, so I'm just using minimal supplies. Now while that ink is still wet, I'm going to bring in my Wink Stella to just bring the give the balloon some glitter to it. Okay, so the next thing we'll do is we'll do the same process for the envelope, and I just noticed that when I inked up and stamped the envelope, it looked like there's a little bit of black on the middle of the balloon there, but that's all right because this marker is going to cover most of it. So that's all right. And again, we'll just use the Wink of Stella to give a little bit of bling on that balloon. And don't forget this little piece right there. Okay, we're all set with that one. And then let's use, we'll adhere the stamped image to a piece of basic black, and this is cut 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. And we'll just use our adhesive on all 4 sides. And we've got a 1/4 inch border on all 4. And I like to just flip it over so I don't transfer any ink onto my stamped image. Alright, so we're done with that, and we're going to bring in our dimensionals, and we're going to add 4 dimensionals to the back side of this panel. Alright, and then we'll simply remove the back of the dimensionals. I like to press down in the middle because it releases the backing of the dimensionals quite easily. And let's bring in our card base, and we'll just center this on our card front, just like that. And again, I'm going to flip it so I'm pressing from this side. Alright, so then our next piece is to bring in our inside panel, and this is what I did for the inside panel. I used a different panda. You could use the same panda if you would like to create, you know, use the panda with a balloon on all 3. Let's just try that. We'll do that with our inside panel as well. So again, we'll use our basic black. Just ink that up real well. And then we're just going to stamp it down here in the lower left corner and lift up. And then we're going to stamp with Emerald Envy, the Love You sentiment. And we'll just put that right in the middle here. Perfect. And we're done with that. We're just going to color in our balloon again. Okay, and then we'll just again add the Wink of Stella to the balloon real quick. And we're all set with that. Alright, so while that's drying, let's close up our ink pads. We don't want to transfer any of the ink onto anything. And we're going to take a piece of ribbon, and this is the really nice ribbon. It's 3/8 of an inch wide, and it's Emerald Envy, and it's ruched ribbon. And you can find that in the annual catalog. So we're just gonna, I like the tone on tone here, so we'll just tie a flat knot. And I used about 14 inches of the ribbon. And we're just gonna, like I said, tie a flat knot. And 14 inches is probably a little too much, but it's just easier to tie. All right, and I'm just going to pull from one side, complete a flat knot. All right, and we'll just take our scissors. I have a specific scissors I use for ribbon. They're my sewing scissors. And we're just going to move this up to the top, just so it's a little bit higher, so it's not distracting from the panda. So it's up a little bit here rather than down here. All right, so then the last step we're going to do is just run a piece of adhesive at the top and lay that flat down with 1/4 inch. And there's your card for today. So here's our card we just made. And as you can see, we used the image on all 3 pieces. And on the example I showed you in the beginning, I used the panda with a balloon and the panda with a party hat. So I hope you enjoyed this card today. For all your Stampin' Up! Needs, please visit my website at inspiredbygram.com. Thanks for watching and have a great day.